Yeah. Back in the O, straight from the 8. I'm walking with God, I don't need a drink. The devil be talking, I don't entertain. I'm walking in faith, I'm sowing my seed. I did it in faith, I gave it to God, and He made it great. Put me in good soil and took out the snakes.
Hey family members, welcome back to our channel. So today we are going to be doing this look together. So this is just kind of like a casual glam look, like maybe you have somewhere to go to and you just don't know how to do your makeup. If you practice this a few times, you could get it down to like 20 minutes, and it's just a simple like glam look, or it could be like an everyday makeup look. So it's not really heavy makeup, just simple glam. If you're new here, my name is Jael. I make fashion, beauty, and lifestyle content. And if you are not new, welcome back, family member. Nice to see you. Let's get started. Okay, so this routine has changed so much over the years, and this is where I'm at now. To start off, I've already done my morning skincare routine. If you want to know what my morning skincare routine is, check out the Hormonal Acne Diary series, and the latest video is the most updated skincare video I have in my archive now. We're going to get started. Now I'm going to go in with the acne primer, and I just put it to the areas that I've recently had breakouts. That way to kind of know where I'm going to be color correcting next. You don't have to do this, but if you do have acne prone skin, then I really recommend doing this because this helps me a lot. You tend to break out in the T-zone area, so like from here to like here, and sometimes on my lower cheek. So I make sure that those areas are moisturized because of the routine that I have going on with my skin right now. So I won't stop there. The next thing I'm going to use is the NYX Bear With Me setting spray. I'm going to set my face before I color correct. So while my face dries, I'm going to go in with the Ruby Kisses color correction and contour palette. So I tend to use this color to color correct under my eyes. I'm going to go in with a concealer that is the closest to my skin color first, and this is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I love to use this concealer because under my eyes are very dry, so I just like to create that base before I go in with any other concealer. So now this is the first concealer I use. Use the concealer that is closest to your skin tone. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it over all the areas that I have color corrected and blend it out. We're just gonna wait for that to dry. Make sure it dries down really well. Don't blend right away. Make sure it dries down very good. While that is drying down, I'm going to use the same e.l.f. concealer, but I'm going to use it in a lighter color to get started on my eyebrows. First, what I like to do and what I find is easier is to carve out my brows before I get started making them the way they usually are. So with no shaky hand, just carve out a straight line like so, and you may have to go over it a few more times to make sure that is really straight. Dry down, I'm going to go back in with the same brush, the same flat brush, and I'm going to blend this out. So now that this is blended out, I'm going to get started on my brows. And ignore the wig. I just have a regular eyebrow pencil that I got from the beauty supply store, and what I do is just make little strokes on my eyebrows. And as you can see, I don't really have eyebrows, so I just try to fill into all the spaces that are scanty, like for example here. You know, when I'm trying to not go for like a full brows, I just touch it a little bit just to make sure that you're able to see something, and I go over my brows. Some of the girlies say this is very much 2016, but I say if it works, it works. Because this concealer has been sitting for a little bit, we are going to have to blend it out right away. So now that that is all done, I'm going to use my beauty blender and my setting spray, and I'm going to just spray on it like so to kind of get it a bit hydrated so that I can go back and blend this down very well. So now that that is sorted out, we are moving to the next step, which is supposed to be foundation, but I personally don't use foundation. I use this CC cream because I'm more into skincare and makeup. So I use the CC cream because it has great coverage, it's full coverage, and it has SPF 50. So that's why I use it. If you've watched any of my video, you've seen it all pretty much with this brush, and just spray a little bit of setting spray on it because I have really dry skin. So then I just pat. Next up is the concealer. So I like to be very careful with this, and this is supposed to be an everyday look. I use the same e.l.f. hydrating concealer in the darkest shade possible, and I use it to contour. So we use the setting spray, and then we wait for it to dry down, like actually wait. We are going to blend, but make sure you're patting and not dragging. So I have to make sure I'm not dragging the product so that it doesn't crease, because once there is one crease, baby, it's over. I'm going to blend out the sides, and the girlie said that you have to blend up. For this one, we're just going to use the same foundation brush and just kind of dab a little bit until it kind of disappears. Now you may be wondering why put it there if we want it to disappear, but ultimately it's so it creates the illusion of a smaller face. I'm going to do the e.l.f. hydrating concealer again under my eyes because I'm trying to do like a sort of fully bright but not too bright look. So I'm just gonna put a little tiny bit Just a little bit. Going to set it. So I'm just gonna try to wait for that to dry down. Go in and start working on my lips while the concealer dries down. I line my lips first with the same liner I use for my I have some lip gloss on from before, so my lips still feel a little bit tacky, which is good for me because dry and crusty lips are no good. So for the nude look I don't even remember where I got this, but it must have been at the beauty supply store because I've had this for a long time. So all I do is just like put this in the middle of my lips and it dries pretty quickly. So I'm gonna let it dry a little bit and then we're gonna blend it out. So before this dries, this would have already dried. So now we go back to blend this out. Let's blend the lips out before we move on to the eyelids. I put a little bit of contour around it to take it from like black to like a brownish, if that makes sense. And now it makes sense. So then I'm going to use my nude lip gloss. Like ordered this lip gloss in a bulk about 2 years ago because I intended on selling it, and then I just fell in love with it, and then I just like never ordered the individual ones to sell. I will eventually get back to it, but I use this lip gloss religiously, like every time I do my makeup. Going to move on to the eyelids. I don't want anything too crazy on my eyelids, so I'm going to use the CC cream that I use as my foundation base on my eyelids. So if you have your foundation that you used, you can use it on your eyelids to give it that more even look. So I just pat and then go to the next side, pat. We're going to move on to the setting spray. While that dries down, I'm going to put on my mascara. I just got this setting powder from the beauty supply store. I've used it for years. Actually, no, I've used it for 2 years. I have no way of finding out if it's expired or not. It works, so I use it. So this is the puff that I use for the powder to set my face. So I just take a little bit and then place it directly under my eye, and I press it in. Press and pat. So you can put as much as you want, really. I'm putting a lot because the setting spray, the e.l.f. setting spray, is very hydrating and it tends to make me a bit oily, even though I have dry skin. Even though I have combination skin, sorry. Okay, so while that is setting, I'm going to use my bronzer. I'm just going to use a little bit because I don't want to get too crazy because I'm going to do blush. So on the Juvia's Place palette, I am going to use this shade first. Again. I use this spray first and then I use the e.l.f. spray second. So this means, this is signifying that I am done putting stuff on my face. Let me look around if there's anything else I want to put. I found the blush. I think I like this. I want to do just a little bit of highlight. Now we're actually gonna set it. And you have to put a lot. You have to put a lot. That my face feels wet. That is what I was going for. I'm going to do my mascara now. So if you want to know how I do my mascara, I have a mascara routine on this channel and it's pretty simple, straight to the point. Okay, so this is the final look. How do you guys rate the look? How do you rate the look? How do you rate the look? I think we did an excellent job. This was super fun. Let's do this again, okay? All the products will be listed in the description bar, and I will try my best to add them to my Amazon storefront, just so you're able to use the same exact products that I'm using. Remember that all of this is really just about techniques. Products matter, but I personally don't think they matter so much as to like the technique you use. Me, myself, I'm still practicing, I'm still learning, and I'm still growing. So as I learn more, I'm gonna come and show you guys more, and we're gonna do it together, and we're just gonna be a family. Thank you so much for tuning in today's video. I will see you in the next video. Until then, I love you guys so much. Bye-bye.
Straight from the 8, I'm walking with God, I don't need a drink. The devil be talking, I don't entertain. I'm walking in faith, I'm sowing my seed.